Hello, this is LaFaye Farrar, aka Loving LaFaye of readingsbylafaye.com, astrologer and clairvoyant, and also author of this book, Twin Flames Journey to Divine Partnership. This is my third video in introduction of the book and talking about the whole twin flame reunion process and embarking upon the journey to divine partnership, which is a privilege for not only twin flames but as well as soulmates, as we've dawned a new age of Aquarius, and divine partnership is the prototype and is, what's necessary for us collectively in humanity to raise the vibration of the planet. Karmic partnerships are phasing out. Previous video I discussed the Saturn and Libra transit, instrumental for dissolution of karmic partnerships, as well as the strengthening of soulmate unions and the reunion of twin souls, twin flames, as well as Saturn is now in Scorpio. So those karmic partnerships that are still lingering, Saturn's definitely going even deeper into those relationships, bringing to the surface things related to sex, intimacy, and joint finances. Three of the main issues that couples either are distance or they're working together. Karmic partners are at a distance, constant struggle with those things. Soulmates, they're complementary, and twin souls, merge together in complete wholeness in all areas, especially those. Okay, I actually flagged a few things that I wanted to talk about. And one is the fact that twin souls share the exact energetic essence, which I touched on in the first two videos. But in addition to that, twin souls, considering that they share the same soul, they are the whole soul, the divine masculine and feminine together. They also share the same core wound, okay? And I want to read just a little paragraph here out of the book, the chapter on the whole twin flames, actual chapter. The love and longing for each other between twin flames is divinely inspired as they share the exact energetic essence or vibration. They share the same soul and cosmic consciousness that is shared with no one else. Soulmates are sometimes very close matches, depending on the synastry, and synastry is astrological compatibility. Synastry, as is reflected on the book cover, designed by Khalid Scientific and book published by Inner Child Press. I always like to give a shout out to those two who helped me give birth to this. But anyway, you see the couple, and each are respectively representing the divine masculine and feminine, the male and female images, standing on their birth charts. And synastry is the comparison of those two charts together and how their energies line up and the planets aspect one another. And so as an astrologer can read this and let the couple know the dynamic between them. And I'm gifted to determine, using synastry as well as my clairvoyance, whether the couple is engaging in a karmic partnership, a soulmate union, or a twin potential for a twin flame reunion. And with the twin flame, I always say potential because there's a lot of spiritual work that has to go with that, spiritual maturity, of course, the individuals have to be spiritually awake upon that individual enlightenment path. There are certain things that they have to do apart from one another to even begin the reunion process of coming together and then embarking upon the actual journey to divine partnership. But I wrote this book to be a guide to all of that, as well as to differentiate between the three spiritual categories of relationships or soul connections, which are karmic partnerships, soulmates, and twin souls. Saturn and Libra transit was instrumental for the dissolution of karmic partnerships, as well as to strengthen the soulmates and the reunion of many twin souls all over the globe. Now, people are still engaging in karmic partnerships. However, the energy, the pressure is really on us collectively in humanity is to raise our individual vibrations, embark upon our spiritual path, clean up our karmic mess, what I call the karmic debris around us. Get those karmic lessons and pay our karmic debts, clean out that karmic closet. And it's a process, but in that process, if you really do the work with Saturn, the taskmaster, the planet of discipline and structure, during this transit in Libra, urged us all to do before Saturn entered Scorpio. And those that are still lingering in karmic partnership, Scorpio is really putting the pressure on because, Saturn's putting the pressure on because Scorpio deals with joint finances, sex, and intimacy, three of the main issues that either put couples at a distance to one another or bring them closer together. And karmic partnerships, are truly a very tense struggle of a relationship. So mostly distant. Soulmates are very compatible and complement one another. But twin souls, that takes that soulmate energy to a whole nother level. So twin souls are truly coming together. And that transit, in addition to many of the other transits, all the planets are working in perfect synchronicity to get us where we need to be. So, but I write about that Saturn and Libra transit in the book and touch on Saturn's transit in Scorpio. I will, my second book actually is going to dig more into that because it'll be called Twin Flames Passionate Partnership. So I'll get more into that whole Saturn and Scorpio energy in addition to other things related to the ecstasy of twin flame reunion. But also, like I said, twin flames share that same core wound in addition to having the exact energetic essence. So I write, the love and longing for each other between twin flames is divinely inspired as they share the exact energetic essence or vibration. They share the same soul and cosmic consciousness that is shared with no one else. Soulmates are sometimes very close matches depending on the synastry between them. That's where I stopped at, but I had to start all the way back over. But common partners are quite the contrary. Twin souls also have the same core issue that can trigger egoic responses. And egoic meaning, relate to one another from the perspective of the ego, which is not good. And that's what karmic partners are doing. And we're all prone to it, as our biggest spiritual challenge is laying down that ego, and that's a process in itself. So twin souls are tested individually in the process of reconciling with their higher selves, of laying down that ego, but when they come together, they're tested as the whole soul. And so these triggers, come up, the wound really surfaces. And that wound may be from a place of fear of rejection, but it's manifested in them differently. The divine feminine may respond in one way. She's real clingy. The divine masculine, he may be a little distant, detached. However, these things, or the way that they go about protecting their ego, it comes out a little differently, but it creates triggers and give them the opportunity for healing. Because once twin souls come together, not only are they still have to finish clearing up that karmic debris around them. It's a healing process too. And Neptune in Pisces is a transit that is truly instrumental in spiritual healing, along with being conjunct with Chiron in Pisces. Chiron is a planetoid, and Chiron energy, or his characteristic, is the wounded healer. And Chiron really shows us those places where we've been psychologically or emotionally wounded. So that transit also is supportive of twin souls in this whole reunion process, as well as humanity at large, for healing, humanity healing. Actually, there's a group called Humanity Healing on Facebook, and I really like their posts. And they're doing so much for the raising, of the vibration of the planet. But with all of that being said, once they're on the same frequency, say there's a emotional trigger, and they respond to one another from the ego perspective rather than the heart center. Once they get back on that same frequency, because once twin souls reunite, it's like a constant. If they're both spiritually awake and on their enlightenment path, that ego is going to be suppressed more and more. So when they get back on the same frequency, then they can easily resolve any of those issues and continue to heal that core issue. And that's all a part of the merging process, merging into wholeness. And the deeper the soul merges into wholeness, the more the union is solidified, and eventually just totally that's not an issue anymore. But those things do come up, especially in the early stages of the reunion process. I want to read a one of the poems that I have included in the book, The Planets and Twin Souls. I've mentioned Saturn and Neptune's influence, and Chiron as a planetoid. All the planets do their part, and I've been instrumental in the whole separation and reunion process, and influencing us as we're shifting from the age of Pisces, duality, the illusion of separation, uh, from God and from one another, into the Aquarian age of brotherly love, service to humanity, and oneness. We're all together. That's why soul mates, twin soul families all over the globe are coming together and realizing, hey, we're connected. And twin souls of the most powerful connection, because they're actually the divine feminine, divine masculine aspect of the whole soul. And I was compelled to write the book based on my own personal experience of the twin flame reunion process, as well as from an astrological perspective, because divine spirit has gifted me with the ability, with astrology and my spiritual gift of clairvoyance, to determine whether a couple is engaged in a karmic partnership, soulmate union, or twin soul. And I feel very blessed to be in the position to do that, and the reward in itself of my own personal growth and continued merging with my twin soul, as well as helping others either disengage from current partnerships, aid them in strengthening and confirming their soulmate union, and confirming their potential twin flame union and working with those in the twin flame guidance reading. It's just been a powerful thing. And, you know, like I said, the book was written to be a guide for the process. So get your copy from readersbylafaye.com. You get $5 off of retail when you order direct from our website, but you can also obtain a copy from innerchildpress.com, as well as you can find the book at amazon.com. But anyway, back to this poem. The planets and twin souls. We fought a long and bitter war, my twin soul and I. Lost and lonely, fallen angels, exiled from a misty, half-forgotten galaxy of stars, wounded cruelty by the painful thrust of Mars, caught in Neptune's tangled web, shocked and torn asunder by sudden awful violence of Uranus, tortured by the clever lies of Mercury, crushed beneath the icy weight of stern, unyielding Saturn, who lengthened every hour into day, each day into a year, each year into eternities of waiting scorched, and nearly blinded by the sun's exploding burst of arrogance and pride, as Eve and Adam, stilled and helpless, deep within us cried. Still we fought on in unrelenting fury, striking blow for blow, driven by the pounding drums of Jupiter's giant throbbing passions, stumbling at the precipice of the moon's enticing madness, to fall at last in trembling fear before the threat of Pluto's ominous tomb-like silence, consumed by inconsolable sadness and the bleakness of despair. We bear the wounds and scars of furious battle, I and my twin soul. But now we walk in a quiet peace with all our scattered pieces whole, together hand in hand, full serpent circle, back into the pyramid-shaped rainbow of tomorrow's brighter Eden, crowned by gentle Venus with the victory of love that did not die but has survived the night of selfish seeking to wait for morning's soft forgiveness and the dawn of understanding. The author is unknown, and I'm sure I come across it online somewhere during my whole research and gathering information about twin souls in relation to astrology. And I really like this poem because it really explains the whole separation ordeal, and then the reunion process. And it's just, you know, it's a beautiful thing. It's a hard thing, but then it's a beautiful thing. So it's twofold, and you got to do the work in order to get the reward. So twin souls, soulmates, have the ability to work together and develop divine partnership. I also, let's see here, something else I've highlighted that I wanted to share. Oh, for those of you who have not encountered, say you've come out of karmic partnerships, done with that, but you're in that downtime, as I talked about, that was for myself at one point. And I use these affirmations and I include them in the book as well for encouragement and to help those of you who are desirous of, you know, your soulmate or your twin flame. And one of them is, Dear God, Creator, Source, I am ready to have a relationship with a wonderful person who truly gets me, loves me, adores me, and is ready to build a life with me. I know in my heart there's a special person out there for me. My name is written across his or her heart. Please put me on the right track toward true love and lead me to a place of committed, unconditional love. And that's what it takes to seal the deal for soulmates and most definitely twin souls who are connected from the heart center, and unconditional love is streams, you know, between them. And then there that unconditional love pours out, into society, and when they embark upon their combined mission, doing all that they can to help raise the vibration of the planet and gathering together their soul family is a wonderful thing. And I just get so excited thinking about what's ahead for us. Yeah, there's some turmoil and we have some real tough transits going on right now, but it's what's on the other side of all of that that I get excited about. And you can get with me for an astrological consultation, astrological and spiritual consultation. It's always twofold with me. And we'll discuss how these current transits personally affect you or your relationship, and what type of relationship are you in. Get a relationship compatibility reading, or if you're in a relationship and you need some help there, couples consultation. But check out my website, my readings and services menu, and there's got to be something there, for you, tailored to your particular situation. But I always tell people to start off with the consultation, because, it kind of covers a little bit of everything. And by all means, everyone needs a copy of their birth chart. That's all about the process of, coming into your own, knowing yourself, cultivating your strengths, overcoming your weaknesses. It's the map of your soul, your cosmic blueprint to get to your divine destiny. So that's the first step. And then you take your chart with your mate's chart. That's the next step in coming together, divine partnership. So I'm going to stop here. Thanks again for joining me for Twin Flames Journey to Divine Partnership Part 3. Good day.